Hey guys, it's digital editor Mitch Knox from themusic.com.au here with you again, and I'm here with Danny Rogers, one of the founders and promoters of Laneway Festival, with his good friend Jerome Barezio. Am I pronouncing that right? I always
Barezio. Yeah.
All right. Now, I actually saw you last night, not last night, last year, with Jerome give a panel speech on your adventures with Laneway, and I got to say the panel spread this year seems a little bit less entertaining without that prospect again. Why are we not getting a little bit more from you two this year?
Oh, I think we did enough damage to the festival's reputation last year to keep us both separated. So, no, Jerome's down in Melbourne this weekend. He was sad not to be able to come up, but he's in the middle of some pretty major, crazy ideas that he's been working on for a while. So he's kind of pretty focused.
Well, as a result, you've been listed on BIGSOUND solo this year, and I guess with a little more time up your sleeve, did you catch any good bands last night?
Yeah, we were just talking about a couple that I saw. High Tension was probably the most exciting act I've seen in a really long time. Like anywhere in the world, absolutely blew my head off. I thought they were incredible. Methyl Ethel, I know people are quite excited. We've seen them a couple of times and think there's something special going on there. There's a bunch of others. I saw Ella Thompson, who I hadn't seen before, and she's really amazing. Loads of other stuff. Off the top of my head, I can't remember many others. But yeah, the quality just seems to get stronger and stronger. It's remarkable.
Do you still find advantage from your position with Laneway, in coming to BIGSOUND and being able to see all these showcases in terms of putting together future lineups and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're pretty across most of the artists that are playing here, but often, they might be based in Perth or somewhere that we can't get to, so it's a great chance to check them out, see them play live, and if it's not this year, it can be in the future, because Laneway's pretty much booked at this point. There's probably only a couple of spots that might be open, so we just kind of, it's great.
And now yesterday there was actually a somewhat interesting panel on about the rise of the boutique festival. We're in this age where we're getting a lot of these little kind of, specific camping festivals and stuff popping up around the joint. And of course, Laneway is still operating almost in contravention to the popular idea that, it's now the age of the boutique festivals. You guys are still running strongly. You've got a successful one overseas. You've managed to keep the touring festival alive and sort of, to contradicting almost what popular opinion is saying is happening to the touring festival. Is there anything like specific that you think you're doing differently that has kept that success alive for Laneway, or?
I guess just really always had a very high emphasis on a certain, on curation, and we have grown from being, a small boutique event to something obviously probably somewhere in the middle between a boutique event and something that's kind of probably the perception and the name and I guess the reputation of the festival is probably far bigger than the actual ticket sales.
Sure.
Really. That's the truth. But we've just had, there's so many different people that have gotten involved in the last 10 years to help bring it all together. So it's not just Jerome and I going, let's put it, there are a lot of people behind the scenes who work from everything from PR, marketing to production to artwork to it goes on and on, social media messaging, Singapore team, New Zealand team. So I think we've just got a wonderful, really awesome, passionate team that love working on the festival and are constantly striving to try and, improve the experience. I just think it's good for different people to get out there and have a go. If someone wants to start an event, good on you.
Sure.
It's not easy, and it's full of risk and fucking anxiety. But it's a good thing to do for the right person.
So in some ways, does Laneway kind of prove then that there can be an possibility for a festival to exist almost as you've said, it's maintained its element of boutique kind of almost special coolness about it, but it's a touring festival and it's international, so it has that kind of larger scope about it, and you found almost like this beautiful balance between the two. Is that possible for other festivals to?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the people and depends on how they interact with other people to help produce an event, and how they communicate and what their goals are. I mean, we didn't start out with a grand vision to do what it's actually gone on to do. We really just simply started out to put on a party, and so it just kind of caught on, and we kind of caught on, and like we're as inexperienced as any young startup promoter. So if I always say if we can do it, then there's a pretty good chance most other people could probably do it on some level. So I don't know. It depends on the brand as well. You know, it depends on what is called. Like I think with Laneway, we going into Singapore and New Zealand, we sort of knew that there was an opportunity in the market to do something really well, like not to just do something but to do it really well, and that's what we sort of tried to do.
Awesome. As far as your plans tonight, who are you sort of keeping an eye and ear to the ground for?
Yeah, I'm going to go and see Jesse Davidson,
Yep.
an Adelaide artist who I think is a major talent. And I'm not sure yet. There's so many acts, I haven't even had a look at the schedule properly tonight, so I'm just going to make sure I see him, and then there's a whole bunch of different bands that I'm going to probably just pop around and see, over the next course. Oh, sorry, the Goons acts as well. That's early, that's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm going to see Jesse, and then after that I'm just going to see who I bump into and roll around and be a bit spontaneous. Yeah.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the conference. Hope
Thank
you
you,
enjoy your night
Mitch.
tonight. And thank you so much for stopping in and having a chat with us.
No worries, thanks for inviting me.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Danny.
No worries.